Attention Austin guitarists, are you in need of setup or repair on your axe? Well, I have the guy for you. That's Jason Swedberg over at J. Scott Luthery. Find him at J. Scott Luthery on Facebook. Gang, I've been taking my guitars to Jason for over 20 years, and not only does he do the best job, but he has the best prices and the fastest service in town. Again, you can find him at J. Scott Luthery on Facebook or email him at jason.swedberg@gmail.com. Whether it's acoustic, electric, or bass, Jason Swedberg is your guy for setup or repair. Go fix your guitars. Let's get down.
And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
It's time for How Did I Get Here? And now here is your host,
All right. Hello, I'm Johnny. I'm your host. Welcome to the show. Woo! Shit's getting weird, isn't it, guys? Wow. You guys doing all right? You getting through this? I know there's a lot of Austin people, a lot of people in the music scene that have been rattled by this South by Southwest canceling. We've got this global pandemic now. I mean, it is really it's a very strange time. And it's a little freaky. It's getting a little freaky. You're like, okay, so this isn't going away. This is just getting worse. And it's turning into a thing. I don't know what's going on to me. I've lost gigs. I lost Tuesday's gig with Skyrocket. There was a conference coming to town. We were going to play at ACL Moody Theater for a private show there. Got canceled. We were playing a show publicly on Sunday, this coming Sunday, in Houston at Levy Park. That got canceled. We're still playing Saturday night in Tomball. But, man, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. I don't know what's going on. I don't mean to laugh. I mean, I'm just laughing at the absurdity of the whole thing. I'm sorry for all the people that are losing revenue. Sorry for everyone losing work. Sorry for everyone missing shit. Sorry for people that get sick. Sorry for people that lose loved ones. This is a pretty fucking weird thing. Coronavirus. It's everywhere. I'm trying to pull out of this sadness and weirdness. So I am. Look, a lot of stuff is canceled. I know that a lot of people. I'm supposed to do this stuff next week with Clubhouse, Clubhouse Austin, which is a studio here in town. My friend David Reisch owns it, and my friend Christy and him invited me to do podcasts with all the people that are performing there during South by Southwest. Most of them have pulled out. They're trying to replace it and get a whole new thing going on. So hopefully that'll still be going on. I think it is going on, but you'll find out on Tuesday's show. Anyway, yeah, everything's weird. Everything is weird. If you're listening to this the day that it comes out, Friday, March 13th, I will be playing a solo show tonight at Cenote at Windsor Park. I play at 8 p.m. My friend Chris Taylor plays at 7. He's amazing. He's from San Antonio. You should come on down, see the whole show. 2-hour show, man. It's going to be great. All right? Hopefully that way. I don't know if I don't think it's going to get canceled. You can go to our Facebook page to find out where it is. It's Cenote at Windsor Park. Free show. Come on out. Come on out and hang out with me and Chris, and we'll entertain you for an evening. You don't have to touch anyone. Don't touch me. I won't touch you. Let's not touch our faces. Let's try and be clean. Let's all be cool. And I wish everyone good luck. I do have an incredible show for you guys today. I really do. This was just recorded on Wednesday. Andy Bianculli from the band Star Parks is here, and we have an amazing conversation. They have a brand new album that came out a few weeks ago called New Sounds of Late Capitalism. It is amazing. I fucking love this album. I listened to it. I've ever since I found out that it came out like a couple weeks ago, I started listening to it, and I am in love with it. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous album. I suggest you get out and listen to it. New Sounds of Late Capitalism. They did an amazing job. It was produced by Danny Reisch. Andy's been on the show before, and we get along really well. I feel like we're from the same musical family tree. I love this record. He kind of refers to it as Burt Bacharach on a budget, and you'll see what he means when he says on there, it was recorded on this old reel-to-reel. Like they used this old reel-to-reel in the recording, and they kind of ran everything to it. So it has like this old sound to it that's just very beautiful and very warm, and the songs are so gorgeous, and the instrumentation and just like the production and the arrangements, it's all beautiful. There's vibes on it, guys. I mean like the instrument vibes, not just good vibes, but there's great vibes. Anyway, Andy and I have an amazing conversation. We talk about all kinds of stuff. It's a weird day. It's a weird week. South by has been canceled. There's a global pandemic. We were kind of just going around. I made us a couple of very strong espressos, and we drank them, and then we sat down and talked. I don't think we talked. I'm still buzzing from the espresso while I'm doing this intro, doing it on Wednesday. Anyway, Andy and I have a great conversation. He's throwing a thing called South by Schmouth by, which is an event that takes place on Saturday, March 21st. It's a music and comedy show with a lot of bands, including Star Parks, comedians Avery Moore and Chris Cubis, a lot more people than just that. Go to starparksmusic.com and get involved with that. I love talking to Andy Bianculli. He's my kind of dude. I hope we get to hang out more because I really did enjoy this conversation. This is our second podcast. He was on a few years ago when they put out their last album. And yeah, he's just a joy to talk to. I hope you enjoy this conversation with my friend, Andy Bianculli. Stay safe out there. Let's get down. Yeah. Because I saw you did that ATX6 thing.
Yeah.
How was that?
That was pretty awesome. I mean, I met a lot of people that I've kind of just continued working with.
I've heard that from some people.
Yeah.
Here, scoot up a little bit more.
There you go.
This coffee's pretty
Yeah,
strong,
Elijah
dude.
Ford.
Yeah.
We're like,
He went on it?
really good friends now. Yeah, he went on it. And then we, in kind of preparing for it, we started playing together, and then we planned a tour of like the UK, like jumping off of it. So we just stayed and did solo shows together. We kind of like...
That's fucking awesome. I love that guy.
I love that guy too.
He's super talented.
Yeah, he's great. And like, he's really one of the few people that I trust that I like send demos to. I would never do that to anybody.
Yeah.
And he sends me his stuff too.
I think he was just producing. I heard something that he worked on with Marlon Sexton.
Oh,
is that band Shooks?
Is that a missing Sexton brother I'm not aware of?
It's a new generation.
Oh, really?
It's Charlie's son.
Wow,
yeah.
Cool.
He is badass.
Yeah, I worked on his new record with him. With
Elijah?
Danny Reisch, yeah.
Awesome.
Because I know he went to like 5 producers and kind of got all different studios.
Yeah. Well, Danny did a fucking awesome job with your record.
Danny's great.
He is great, man.
Yeah.
And you know what's cool? He's like one of those guys. There's some guys around here that don't have a sound. The shit they do just sounds good.
I think he's got... His thing about Danny is like a producer, like, I'm sure you walk in and he's made a lot of the choices already just by his gear. So like when the drum sound,
I see what you're saying, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're not like sitting around really talking about how do you want to do this. Like he's kind of made in like an old school kind of way, like studio sound way. Like
right.
There's sounds of those drums like in his space, you know, which I think is really interesting.
I feel like the backing vocals sound really cool on this album. Do you deliberately go out to like try, and your voice is kind of like recorded in the...
Well, I'll tell you how he did it.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool because it was like this weird kind of coincidence. I had found this Concord like reel to reel in my parents' attic.
Yeah, I read about that. Yeah.
And then Danny had the same exact one that he just bought that week. And I was talking to him about it. He's like, is it this one? I'm like, yeah, that's it. And we just started. He has, 2-inch tape machine that we were recording everything on.
Oh, okay.
And then we took...
Like hitting the heads before it goes to the...
Well,
process.
we had already started recording it.
Okay.
So then we ran just maybe the vocals through the reel-to-reel, Concord, and it sounded like Revolver.
I mean...
It was like, oh man, that's it. That's
cool
the thing.
As shit.
So then in the maybe the worst decision or best decision we made, we ran everything through that. So imagine like a 16 to 30 track song, and you're taking every single track and you're running it from this tape machine to that tape machine in the,
Yeah.
And then it just took a lot. It took 2 years,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was worth it. I think it's not, there's something about that glue, whatever it is, that just gives it the right amount of grain,
Yeah.
the right amount of like depth, and it was awesome. Now I want to do it for everything.
It's interesting. It sounds great, like on the stereo, but at one point I was like, I wonder if this record was like meant to be played like a Burt Bacharach record in 1966, like mono, like through your little speaker like this. So I put it on my phone when I was in the shower, and it really sounds good, like in a nice little one speaker thing.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. I love Burt Bacharach.
Yeah, dude. There's this record also reminded me of, I think it's called Low Edges. Do you know Richard Howley?
No.
He's this guy that was, I think he was in Suede or in Pulp or something like that, one of those British bands, but he turned out to be this guy, and his music has this vibe of like yesteryear, but like a very specific time that I feel like this record has like...
It's I don't know where it is, where it lies. It's like square 60s, It's not like hip 60s.
To me, it sounds like something you would walk into like, for lack of a better word, a shagadelic party.
Sure, yeah.
and people would be grooving and listening to this record.
It's very like that LA producer influence.
Yeah.
Like Jack Nietzsche's and kind of
yeah.
Like guys making instrumental music. They were like the guy, and then they gave him a bunch of money to make their own record.
Right.
And they just got all the like Wrecking Crew guys to make this amazing thing. But like it didn't sell.
Who is the keyboard player?
Oh, Nathaniel Klugman's keyboard player.
Okay, he is officially.
Yeah, he's my boy.
I had this other guy that became my favorite guy on Monday. Mm-hmm. Nathaniel just kicked his ass, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah,
he's my guy that like I rudimentary write a song, and he kind of like dresses it up.
Yeah. He's the money guy.
My secret weapon. This espresso has fucked me up, by the way. I'm already like spun out of my mind.
We're gonna do like if you. I think that on some podcast things you can slow it down to half speed.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So if you're listening to this and we start talking too fast and you want to slow it down, go into your app and find the half speed.
I accidentally did that on a podcast, and it was like a political one, so they already had annoying voices.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, these two guys are really annoying, and they're talking so fast.
Yeah.
And then someone showed it to me, like, oh, okay, that's weird. That's why.
So let's talk more about this album. I can't tell you how much I love it. Like, there's you as a songwriter, you scratch an itch of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Which one?
And well, it's a weird one. No, it's. I'll tell you the effect I had when I listened to the whole thing. I was listening to it and I was like, I think I want to do a song that with Andy and Danny producing me.
Hell yeah.
That's where I was at.
Sweet.
When I was listening to it, I was like, I want to be.
That's the best thing you could hear.
Either in this band or something that is. I want my music to sound like this band.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really, I'm blown away, man. Just
Thanks, man.
Great songs. What kind of songwriter are you? Are you like I wake up every day and do it?
No, I used to be. I think I'm a scrapbooker, kind of.
Okay.
I like to spend a bunch of time gathering things, and like a palette maker guy. Like I want it. It's all very color related, and I want to collect tones. I want to like listen to something. I want to write down exactly the point of a song. I'm like, that's the best guitar tone I ever heard. I want that. But as far as like words and songs, arrangements, I guess it's like it takes a long time. It didn't used to. You know the ones that come down?
Oh, those are the best.
Those ones? Yeah. Those I don't get those anymore. It kind of sucks.
Well, you know what I think happens? I think it's one of those things where I can't remember who the famous guy is. Maybe it was Neil Young that said it like inspiration comes to him when he's sitting down writing a song. Like you gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it for it to come.
Well, you know that the mumbling thing,
mm-hmm.
the like phonetics of it. I think the phonetics is important.
Yeah.
I think when I don't like a song, it's usually because it has bad phonetics. But which is weird about modern music now, because when I feel like most things I hear, I don't like the way they sound. The words choices, like they're ugly words.
Yeah, people are moving on to different words.
They are, and I think that is a kind of a clue that I don't know what's going on in music, you know? Because I'm like, man, that sounds bad. This is a hit. It's a bad sounding sentence, you know?
Well, there is a way, like if you came across one of your songs, I know that you guys are Artist of the Month on KUTX.
Oh, yeah.
I was
How
leaving.
about that, huh?
Yeah,
Never knew that was
congratulations.
happening.
Well, I think what you do is really great, and I think people respond to it. I'm serious, Andy. Like I don't normally just sit here and tell people they're great.
Yeah. Well, thanks, man. I think I always felt like a lone wolf in Austin, kind of.
You've had that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that about you, though.
Yeah, and I wasn't. We're not in a party band.
No,
we're not that
isn't
young,
a
you know?
pop guy town.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not exactly you, but I'm in your family tree where
Yeah.
you're not.
It feels
Sixth
bad
Street.
a lot. It feels like you're doing something wrong.
No
a
one's
lot.
inviting you to the blues jam on Mondays.
And no one's inviting me to a lot of things. You know? Which is fine because you could figure out a way, which is almost when you're trying to navigate music in general. You're like, well, what is the thing that I'm good at? You know? I think if you're going to write songs, you need to kind of, in a way, think you have a unique perspective, or else why even do it? Right?
Yeah.
So, all right, no one likes my perspective. That's what you start thinking. Like, I guess I have a bad perspective of all my influences have failed me.
Yeah. You know,
You know?
I guess I judge a lot of things like all of us do now in like a social media thing.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
so I think that a lot of people that I have like tastes that I do, like power pop kind of people and like,
Yeah.
you know, big star, you know, Beatle
Sure, yeah.
people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To me, you're huge because the people that I follow are talking about you.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, it worked then.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, it worked
Yeah.
on me.
It's weird to think that those influences aren't that important to any people anymore, you know?
Yeah.
And this happened to me when I was younger. I remember when I was like 22, 23, just loving the Beach Boys and loving all that. And then bands started coming out that were influenced by that and
Yeah.
doing it much better than I could at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I missed it. I
Yeah.
missed my chance. Like all the stuff that I loved, people were, they were doing it. Like Fleet Foxes, My Morning Jacket
Right,
stuff.
right.
I'm like, oh man, they're like, I missed it. And then it had to like catch up again. I don't really know. I don't
yeah.
really know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't think it matters. I don't know how to make other stuff that,
Yeah.
I don't know how to make stuff that I don't like.
Right.
I've tried. Like once I tried.
To what? Write a song you didn't like?
I had a friend that she was on like a major label and she said, "Hey, I have this publishing thing and we could write these songs. Here's a list of like the things they want you to write songs about." And it was fucking crazy.
I did that with a guy.
Yeah. And I wrote it and it was the most hesitant, like, this is the worst thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And like send so, hesitantly, And yeah, of course nothing happened with it. But it felt dirty. It felt weird.
Yeah. That is weird because I had a publishing deal like that and stuff, but I thought that people would come to me because I'm a genius.
Yeah. Oh, you too, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way. They're like, hey, can you write more like this other guy that's a lot better than you?
Yeah.
Or that we like more than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think maybe being stubborn is the way to go, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, you can see the palace that it's built me.
My palace is similar. This is new. Did you have this last time I was here?
It's been here. Yes.
Yeah.
It's in a state of non-repair right now.
I just got a free Hammond M3. Someone just wanted to get rid of it.
People give these things away.
Yeah, people.
Like I've had a couple in my lifetime, and they've just been like people like, "Hey, you want this thing?" Yeah.
I've gotten most of the gear I have in my house. Someone just gave to me. It's kind of crazy. Just accumulating it. Everyone's angry with you because you have to. Help me get this Hammond from this guy's house.
Yeah.
Will
you tell me about finding that tape player?
Yeah.
Somebody had recorded the Beatles.
My father.
Your father
My father
used it to record the Beatles.
So I
on
guess
the
my dad was
television.
born in 52, so it was 64. It was probably 12. And it's my father with this tape recorder. The whole beginning of it is like him and his friends like joking around, like making up stories and doing sound effects.
Oh, yeah.
Like
you do.
Yeah, like scary stories,
Yeah.
like telling these
Yeah.
weird jokes. And like they're kind of like dirty, you know?
Yeah.
And like my grandmother, you could hear her like yelling down the stairs.
Yeah.
You know, it's all in Queens too, you know? And yeah, it's like, it's February 1964. This is the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show, the first time ever. Blah blah blah, and it's just like microphone to the TV, and it's just the show.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's a lot of that. My uncle's a musician too, so there's a lot of like him jamming in my basement, in his basement, with like putting effects on his amp and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And then like band practices. They were in like a top 40 cover band. They played like church dances.
That's awesome.
You know?
But top 40 when
Like
back
just
then?
like 69, 68.
That's pretty cool.
You know? I imagine that was it. My dad was pretty young, and then my uncle went to Vietnam. So then the band broke up. So when they got back, I think my dad dabbled in it for a while and played, and then he just kind of gave up music.
What did you do then?
He started a carpet business. Well, he started cleaning carpets, and then he started installing carpets, and then he opened up his own shop.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And now my brother does that.
Are they're up in New York still?
Yeah.
In the city? In
The
Queens?
stores in Queens, they live out in Long Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you go up there a lot?
Not as much. It's a lot. My brother's got 4 kids now. I don't have any kids. I don't know, man. When I went up there after the hurricane, Sandy, years ago.
Jesus, that was like, yeah.
It was a long time ago. It wasn't
Yeah.
the last time I was there, but it was the longest I'd been there. I stayed there for like a month or so,
Uh-huh.
and like helped my dad and my brother do some work. And I'm soft now. I was like screaming in traffic, like just fucking throwing
yeah.
a hissy fit. Like, I hate this so much.
Yeah.
I get home, I was in such a bad mood, and I'm like, I'm not cut out for it anymore.
What about the traffic here?
It's not as bad. It's not 2.5 hours from the city, you know.
That's true.
I could find my way around it. But even just the kids I grew up with who are, like ride or die friends, like those people you grew up since you're 5 years old,
Yeah.
you know your whole life, they have kids now and they have like regular jobs.
Yeah.
They're like firemen and shit. What do they have to ask me about? They think I'm like, I don't know what they think I'm doing, but I'm not doing it.
Was anyone fans? Like, is your uncle still around?
Oh, my uncle died years
Oh,
ago.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
Did your dad like the record?
Oh, my dad. Yeah, my dad's a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very supportive. He's critical, but he's supportive.
What's his criticism?
I think he wants things to be a little bit more upbeat, a little
Make it snappy.
Make it snappy.
Make it snappy,
He's like,
kid.
why do you write so many sad songs? Like, I don't know. But
Why'd you raise such a
I don't know exactly why I tried such second. But like he used to have great taste. I think growing up, I remember a lot of better music in the house. But I think the modern world it's all just shit now. Like
You personally think that? How old are you? You're young.
35. No, I'm old now.
35.
Yeah.
Well, you're not old.
Well, I think I grew up listening to like Louis Prima and just Sinatra and stuff like that, and the
Yeah.
Beatles. And now it's like American Idol shit. He can't tell the difference. I hope he's not going to listen to this. He can't tell the difference between the things. It's all just the same thing to him now, which I think is strange. And a lot of older guys are like that. He got like really into like modern technology. So he buys all these like fancy stereo equipment, but he had the best stereo equipment. He just got rid of it.
Right.
And I'm like, why did you get rid of that stuff? You
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah.
He's like, it's old.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God. Beautiful, like receivers. He had these like tweed carpeted monitors that he
Yeah.
had. They're fucking awesome. Just got rid of all of it. He might have lost some of it in the storm, the flood, though. So I'll forgive him.
That hit them pretty bad?
Yeah, they live like on the South Shore. They had 3 feet of water.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Do you play up there?
I have. We did a tour not too long ago, which looked great for me because we opened up for this guy. Mute Math. Have you heard of that band?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
I thought that was a style of music, but I'm thinking of math rock. No, I have seen.
It was that
yeah.
guy's solo project, and we opened up, and it sold out. So
Where
I had
was
like it was at Mercury Lounge.
Oh, nice.
So I had all my friends and family like waiting in line down there. I'm like, oh, how's it going? It's not for me, but it looked like it was for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that was great. But I try to get up there. We're canceling tours left and right now. Because this goddamn virus.
Did you have some tours?
We're going out west. We're going to go to Seattle next month. And I guess not a good idea.
Seattle's not doing very well.
Yeah.
Also, I saw they closed like New Rochelle. Like it's now.
The city of New Rochelle?
Yeah.
It's closed?
Like it's under. It's a no come and go.
Wow.
National Guards there and everything.
Man, what the hell is going on? My brother just called me.
Did you have some official shows for South by?
Yeah, we had
did?
some cool stuff too.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
No, it's fine.
Just-
I was really excited about it. We got a movie soundtrack, and which is a dream. That's what I want to do. Just want to make movie soundtracks. But these people just put like 6 or 7 songs. I smoked too many cigarettes last night. In their movie, and they had their movie premiere, and we're gonna go play the movie premiere party. We're gonna like go to the movie premiere.
How cool!
And it's like the guy from Flight of the Conchords, and
Which one?
Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Yeah, I'm like, man, maybe I'll meet that guy.
Yeah, you probably would.
Probably not anymore.
Some cool producer would be like, "Oh, have you met Jermaine?"
Yeah, Andy Samberg produced the movie.
Fuck.
So I was like, maybe that would be.
His wife's a great musician too.
Oh, I went to that show. Did you go to that show?
No.
Oh my god.
No,
Incredible.
but I'm a big. What's her name?
Joanna Newsom.
Joanna Newsom.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
My girlfriend listens to her. Most girlfriends I've had have listened to her. But I never really got too into it. It seemed a little too whimsical for me.
Yeah.
But it's so dense
Yeah.
and insane. I
She's
cannot
got a
believe
pretty
someone is
brilliant
that
musical
talented.
Mind. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I wanted to quit after that. Like going back from piano to harp and lyrically as dense as her musicianship on the instruments. Just incredible.
Yeah.
And very strange performer too. Kind of uncomfortable. Kind of like not completely professional like she does it every night. There was a little bit of like recklessness to it,
That's
which was
cool.
like endearing, you know.
Yeah.
It was something.
Do you like playing solo?
I hate playing solo. I can't stand it. I someone just asked me to do it, and I said no, I don't want to.
Really?
I don't enjoy it. I don't like myself enough as a instrumentalist, I guess. I like the other people.
I
The
see that.
dynamics of it. Yeah. It doesn't have a payoff to me.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then you have to really believe in your song, I think, too.
Yeah.
You can't hide behind anything.
No.
That ATX6 thing helped, though. That did help me.
Because you guys, you have to do a lot.
I do it every night. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Where did you guys go?
we went to France and Canada.
Right.
We didn't get to go to Asia.
do the Japan one.
Oh, man, I wanted to do that. I
Yeah.
love I got really into Japanese music lately.
Really?
Yeah.
New Japanese music,
No,
or is it like?
Hiroma Hisano, you know that guy?
Uh-uh.
Like this is really cool, dude. You're gonna like this. This is gonna be your thing.
Okay.
Yeah. 70s. He was in this band called the Yellow Magic Orchestra, which was like a jazz fusion Japanese band.
Right.
And then he got really into California music, and he went to L.A. and made a record in this house. And like Van Dyke Parks got involved with him, and like all these L.A. dudes.
Cool dudes.
And he made these like super chill in Japanese, like California sounding records. And then his career goes into like exotica, which I'm really into,
I like
and
exotica.
lounge music, and like he kind of those guys you discover who did everything already,
Yeah.
and you're just discovering and you want to
Yeah, yeah.
start.
Yeah.
I kind of feel Mac DeMarco's kind of appropriating him a little bit, which I don't like. 'Cause I don't love Mac DeMarco's music. Seems very lazy to me.
Yeah.
But he's championed him. I think he kind of brought him out.
You like Esquivel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. I love all that shit.
Yeah.
That's what I listen to at home,
You listen to Serge Gainsbourg?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got into Martin Denny a lot when I made this record. And, anything from that, like, period of... I don't know how much money they had to make these records, Just huge arrangements.
They have fucking orchestras. There's
Yeah.
really something
Les
magical
Baxter.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
How your band is 7 pieces or 9
Sometimes
pieces?
it's 9.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 5. The main group we toured with was 5.
Okay.
So you got one trumpet player who plays guitar.
Okay.
And then when we're in town, we got the vibraphone.
Yeah.
And she plays percussion, Carolyn Trowbridge. She's brilliant.
The vibes sound great on there.
I love the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you can tell when it's me and when it's her. It's pretty clear.
I wasn't judging
You know?
the playing as much as I just love the sound, man.
Yeah.
You know?
She's great. And then, yeah, we got saxophone kind of on and off because he's a busy guy. He plays with a lot of people.
Who was that?
Jason Fry.
I don't know.
He plays with Black Joe and a bunch of bands.
What's going on with Black Joe?
I don't know, man. We used to be pretty tight. I don't see him anymore.
Yeah.
Years, really. I think he's all right. I think he's still playing. I mean, he was up there, you know. I imagine he's still putting people in seats, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much as he was. So weird. It's a weird career.
Isn't it?
Yeah. You ever known anybody who made it when they were young
Yeah.
and it didn't work? I
I mean, essentially, but I think that I judge things differently as I get older.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I feel like I judge things with a little more like you change your. I mean, you're 35, right?
Yeah.
That's the point, I think, where you start sort of adjusting. Your,
I'm thinking about it.
adjusting your like. Oh, so I guess I'm not
Expectations.
going to be Bono.
Totally. Yeah.
you,
you have
you
to
have that talk with yourself. Like,
get
what
new
is
heroes.
success to me?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I've been
What
having
is
that
success
talk.
to me?
Johnny, please tell me what.
Well, I think there's guys like guys around us that you can access. Guys like Alejandro Escovedo.
Yeah,
Like that guy didn't make it till he was like in his 50s.
even Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen.
Yeah,
He is not around or around us. But
no.
Charlie Sexton, he was on you know, people's walls in John Hughes movies when he was a teenager. And he's music directing. He music directs the Austin Music Awards. He produces all kinds of records, plays guitar with Bob Dylan. I mean, to me, that's pretty successful.
That's pretty successful. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's weird to change those goals.
Yeah.
I've been trying. I mean, also, you see how people make that shift? They go to like producing and engineering. I'm not that. I'm zero. I'm capable of engineering. I'm horrible at it.
Right.
I think I could produce records. I think I could do that.
Okay, good, because I hired you at the beginning of this
Yeah.
podcast.
My rates are pretty low. So, but yeah, I've been having that conversation a lot, and even touring at this age, you're like, man, do I even like doing this? Is this even why I'm doing? This is why I'm playing music. Do I love getting in a van with 7 old guys like myself and doing this? It's weird. I don't want to just work at a restaurant. I know that.
Right.
So when you take that away, you start to see what your life is like without it. And you're like, oh man, I have to be in a band. It's shaped my whole life.
I spent from like 1993 to 2005 just in a van, pretty much.
Yeah. You look great.
Thank you. But I've done a couple of tours since then, but not constantly like I was. And I was talking about this with someone the other day. I was like, I mean, my body acclimates to it and stuff, but I like being home now. I don't have a problem with my life.
I'm not sure. I still don't know. I've done every kind of tour now. I've done it as like a sideman in a band that's like catered hotel room.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh man, this is nice. I can get used to this. And then I've done a lot of the sleeping. I slept on a floor this last tour in like a punk house. I'm like, man, is this really? Like I'm sleeping on a floor. This guy's got a lot of VHSs, and like I don't know. It was just, it was
that part of it I couldn't get into.
Putting people
anymore.
through it too
Yeah.
is stressful. The anxiety of like,
Of
are you
being the
happy?
guy.
Is everybody
Yeah.
happy?
Yeah.
That's a lot. And they're easy guys. They're all pro.
Yeah.
And they're all incredible. And I'm like, all right, I know this
just-
isn't ideal, but
you worry that when you go pee at the truck stop, they're all like, "Hey, dude, I don't know, man,
Exactly,
because
yeah.
this is just fucking." I slept on a floor. Did you see all that guy's VHS tapes? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You take it on.
Yeah.
And
no, I know that feeling.
yeah,
The
that's-
guilt of like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. About
I'm
this
so
thing."
sorry about all this.
Yeah.
And especially like if no one comes to the shows, there's no payoff, and you don't get that. It's worth it. It's worth it. See, it was worth it.
We're breaking.
Yeah.
Where did you go on this last tour?
We decided in the month of February to go to Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago, Cincinnati, like just the Midwest run. And it was very cold. It's like a lot of snow, like blizzards chasing us kind of thing. So we got out of it. But I got this school bus. I got a short bus that me and my keyboard player, we gutted and like made really nice benches.
Oh, cool.
And like upholstered it, put like a bookshelf in, all these little
nice.
little nooks, and we made
Yeah.
it pretty nice. So everybody was like comfortable. It was
Good.
better than a normal thing. Killed me with gas.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. But no, not a lot of people came. But if you think about the percentage of people that bought a record, we knocked it out of the park.
Oh, that's good.
You know, 5 people come to the show, 3 buy a record.
That's pretty
That's
amazing.
pretty good odds. If
Yeah.
only more people had come. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get into this for? How old were you when you like when the switch
I guess
turned on? You're like, this is it.
It was late. I didn't start playing guitar till 17.
Okay.
I had friends that were in punk bands. I'd like go to their rehearsals and like drink 40s and smoke cigarettes and like watch them play. And that kind of was like, ooh, I kind of want to be in the band, you know?
What about it what about it was attracting you?
It just looked like the most fun. All my other friends are in the sports, I guess, or
Yeah.
hip hop or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Not really.
There's something about a gang feeling. Are you an only child?
No, I got an
No.
older brother.
Okay.
But there is something. That is exactly it.
Yeah.
The gang.
Yeah.
The last gang in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was 13 watching Cheap Trick on stage, like the night that I decided, one of the things that there was a point where Robin Zander looked at Rick Nielsen and they just kind of laughed about something that
Uh-huh.
I didn't know about. And I was like,
Yeah.
I want to be in. I want to
Sure.
be be that guy.
I have a joke with another friend of mine who, like, when we're playing,
Yeah.
hey man, just make believe you're saying something on stage, and I'll
Wouldn't
laugh
that be
about
funny
it.
if that's what it was?
yeah, yeah. But I that is it, man. I think that's been that's even every band that I've had that's broken up. I look back and I think, oh man, I had it. I had the gang. I didn't realize I
Yeah.
had the gang until you don't have it anymore. And even the band that I have now, which is new in members, it does feel like that again.
That's good.
Yeah,
Because
but
as you get older, that's the hard part to find. Because everyone has their own life. No one wants to
Yeah.
hang out after rehearsal.
it's not the way like my first band that I started in college. I actually joined it, and then it became that band of like we did our first tours, we made our first records together, like did like a lot of psychedelic drugs together. I don't know.
Sure. All
Just
those things
yeah.
are bonding.
Yeah, went to music festivals like in the early 2000s when they were nice, you know. That was, you know, that was brotherhood. That was like we're in this together.
Right.
We're all looking at the same thing.
It's like the Beatles in Hell. I remember
Oh,
seeing that when I was a
is
little kid.
That Beatles.
When I was like 5 or 6, that was on TV, and I was like, okay, that's like when I grow up, I'm gonna live in a house with all my friends. Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna have their weird room,
Yeah.
and have their own trip. Yeah, just all this, like, yeah, have a
That's the
sunken
Beatles and
bed.
the Clash, I think, are
Yeah.
that's the archetype.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely different types of
different
folks.
types of folks. Yeah, but somebody, Joe Strummer, I read an interview with it where he was saying that people, he saw the Ramones for the first time, and he was like, man, it dawned on him. He's like, man, people see everyone, they bump into people all day long. There's just chaos. Everyone looks like shit. This is big, you know, life is crazy. But you can go to a place and you see 4 people who like dress kind of the same. They're all in one vision of like what they're doing, and that's what people want, you know?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's it. I don't see that a lot in bands anymore.
That's not happening.
That's not
That's
a thing.
funny because I didn't even like. There isn't that. Like Greta Van Fleet. I mean, how many bands are like in the? And I judge it by like
Yeah.
who plays on Saturday Night Live.
That is
there
me
rarely
too.
is a band with my instrumentation on Saturday Night Live anymore. And God
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
forbid there is, because people complain that there's not. And I don't know if you remember what happened on social media the day after poor Greta Van Fleet played that. It was
yeah.
like
Yeah.
they had ripped up that
Yeah,
picture of the Pope or something. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know anything about that band. Are they good? They're not good, right? Yeah.
Look, it's a band.
It's a band. Yeah.
And they're kids.
Uh-huh.
Just playing rock and roll. They're
Sure.
like fucking 19 or 20 or something.
Yeah, people love shitting on it.
You're right,
That's
though. Exactly what you want.
What was the last band you saw on television?
That was a big band and was new? I don't know,
That like
man.
all the members in the band. It wasn't just a guy and then people.
Right.
It was
Because
like
Harry Styles has a band, but
Yeah.
that's not a real
I
thing.
was talking to my friends.
He's
What is the
amazing.
best American band? We had this. We were in the van talking about it, and we were having a hard time because all the good bands are English.
Yeah.
Right. And we're like, what is not the best? Not like Bob Dylan doesn't count. You can't talk about like single people.
I'm gonna put two. Okay.
You're gonna say the Heartbreakers, and I don't agree with you.
Okay. Okay. Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick. That
Easily.
didn't even come up.
I don't know how that couldn't. That is.
They're not English. They're American.
They are fucking from
Oh.
Rockville,
Okay.
Illinois.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I threw the band doesn't count because they're Canadian.
Rock. What is it?
Rockville,
No, no,
Maryland,
No.
Rockport,
No, Illinois. It's a Rockford.
Rockford,
I think so. Rockford, Illinois. Yeah.
like the Rockford Peaches.
Yeah, they're from outside of Chicago. If
Yeah.
you'd see them interviewed, they all talk like this.
I've seen a bunch of
Yeah.
like I think maybe it was Old Grey Whistle Test. I saw
Oh yeah.
they're on that.
That's Rick's guitar strap. I have one of Rick's guitar straps on the wall. See, there's no way that.
He's
Look
the
at
wacky one.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at how long that fucking
That's
thing
very
is.
long.
Yeah.
So I don't like the Eagles, so I dismiss the Eagles. So I'm like, what the hell? And the only ones I could think that could the Grateful Dead, which no one agreed with because everyone hates the Grateful Dead. And I'm like, all right, fine. And then we start talking about like who our national treasures are. Like who is a national treasure as a musician?
Willie Nelson.
Will Nelson is a national treasure. If you have to hesitate, they're not.
Oh no, Bob Dylan.
Of course.
Tom Petty was a national
No,
treasure.
no, doesn't make it. Doesn't make the cut.
Really?
Bruce Springsteen almost doesn't make the cut.
How can Bruce Springsteen not be a
He
national treasure?
makes it. Paul Simon, national treasure.
Totally.
It's tough. Duke
It is
Ellington, Louis Armstrong, all those people.
Right.
Blah, blah. But when you get into like modern times, it gets trickier.
Right. I was listening to this very nerdy podcast with a bunch of critics talking about 25 years from now
Yeah. Who are the people?
that are going to be eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, who are the bands?
I don't know.
Like, who are the bands in 2025 that are going to be inducted?
90s bands?
The
Or
Strokes?
early The Strokes, sure. White Stripes.
The White Stripes?
Yeah. Not national treasures, either of them.
Black Keys, maybe?
Ugh,
But I mean,
really?
at this point, they're just throwing anyone in who was in a band.
And who was popular.
And who was popular.
Yeah. There's not a lot left.
Might have headlined a festival.
Yeah. Do you listen to, do you know who Wise Blood is? Do you listen
Nope. I never heard of
I'm
them.
in love with it. I can't stop.
What's it like?
It's like George Harrison guitar playing.
Okay.
It's like it's very similar to what I think we were talking about earlier. There's like this American songbook quality to it, like 40s music. There's like beautiful diminished chords in the right spot.
Yeah.
There's like this really nice arrangements, really good lyrics. It's L.A. music though.
Okay.
It's L.A. production. It's really good.
Yeah.
You should get into it.
Okay.
I don't know. That's
What about the Ramones?
as the best American band?
One of the best?
Not good enough though.
No, they
Not-
weren't.
No,
I know.
Steely Dan. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just getting into Steely Dan over the
Me
last
too.
like
I've
6 or 7
with,
years.
To like, my chagrin, I've been getting into
Yeah.
Steely Dan. I don't.
I even played with
Yeah, I saw that.
with Skunk a
That's-
few times.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool picture.
But I think of him more as a Doobie Brother
Yeah.
than a Steely Danner. Yeah, that's interesting. There's no.
Oh, it's tricky.
Well, it's funny because I feel like rock and roll's going through this thing where it might be the end of what that Beatle structure.
Well, I read that that's no longer somebody to study. The amount of musically, the influence of the Beatles has now been surpassed by
Jay-Z.
or like hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more
Yeah.
prominent in like the top songs on the charts are more influenced by either gospel music or hip hop, which I guess that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
I'm not like gonna. I guess I'm gonna just not gonna embrace it because I don't have those influences. I'm just gonna stay in my lane, I suppose.
That's what it's funny. I had this conversation just on Monday. I recorded this song with these dudes. Do you know the guys from Mid-Century, Eric Harrison, and they have that Studio 601?
Yeah.
I went and did a song with those guys, with him and
Wait,
Michael.
Bruce and those guys?
Bruce, I think, is going to play on it later. But yeah, it's Eric, the bass player, and this guy Michael who plays drums. He's a really cool guy. It's their studio, and they do production stuff. They were like, "Hey, you want to come do a song?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So I went over there, did it, and it's interesting because I've been trying to find people that I can work with that can pull me out of the place that I normally go to when I'm doing something, and you know what I mean? But at the same time, recognize that I'm not trying to make a Billie Eilish record.
That is a tricky spot to be.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want to look like an idiot.
You want to grow,
at like 51, but you want to grow and be cool.
Yeah.
Alejandro, that's a guy.
Yeah.
I know it sounds funny, but Alejandro Escovedo, like, go see him. That guy's in his 60s, and he is fucking way cooler than us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not sure how to do that either. I just made something that's a little bit like that. I haven't put it out yet. But it's kind of like dabbling in the way that is tasteful to me. And I think that you have a bullshit detector.
Yeah.
You're probably very critical of your work.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you made something that other people kind of, like Dylan in the 80s kind of thing, like, hey, Bob, like, we're going to put this effect on, that you would be like, no, I don't think that's good. I don't want to put that out.
Yeah.
It's a little too far.
Yeah.
If you care still. Because I think that's the thing. People want so badly to be relevant that they just trust somebody, and then they make something kind of out of their reach.
When Chris Cornell made that record with Timbaland.
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, you got to look that up.
I'm sure.
It is very fucking weird to listen to.
Do you know about the advanced genius theory, though?
No.
Okay. Well, this is it's not real, but it has to do with work by people like that, like Lou Reed, Bob Dylan, anyone who was insanely popular, whose work was critically acclaimed for most of their career. And then they made work at some point that was just absolutely just panned, like atrocious, You also have to have posed on a cover of an album with sunglasses. That's part of the criteria.
Yeah.
But, like work like that where it's so, like, I don't know, like Tin Machine, fucking Lou Reed record, or like the Christian stuff. It's like stuff that Dylan did with like Kurtis Blow. Have you ever heard that? No. Right? Yeah, it's really bad. But that we haven't yet reached the point in society where we can like critique it because he's so far past us.
Right.
But we will. We're like just getting up to his 80s work now.
Right.
Who knows?
He did a record with Kurtis Blow.
He rapped on a Kurtis Blow record about Ethiopia. You got and it's sampled, so it's just like 3 lines, and it's in the whole. It's like sampled in and out. It's like in Ethiopia, right? It's really bad, but it's kind of nice because you're like, man, all right, Bob, you were going for it. Showed up in the studio, probably wearing all leather,
Yeah.
And like
80s.
wrote it real quick.
Yeah. Sorry, man, you're making me cry. It's so funny.
You should listen to it immediately after it's over.
So real quick, you don't like Infidels?
I like Infidels.
Yeah, okay.
I love Infidels.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's
maybe
and
it,
I don't
though.
really like Mark Knopfler.
Yeah, Infidels is cool.
Yeah.
Well, Joker Man's
it's
great.
Joker Man.
And the Robert Hunter songs are on there.
Yeah.
I like the Grateful Dead.
So you do like the Grateful Dead. And you said you followed Fish. Did you say that while I was making the coffee?
I didn't follow Fish. I was in a band that was very influenced by Fish, and I got into it when I was like 18, 19, with other things that kind of, facilitate liking Fish.
Of course.
And I went. I never loved jammy kind of nonsense lyrics, so I kind of just I liked it for what it was. It was eye opening, and playing, like feeling playing.
Yeah.
Just listening to
Those
everybody.
guys are in the zone.
In the zone.
Yeah.
They're moving with each other, and that was a good. It made me sloppy though. If I didn't move to Texas, I think I would have been a shit guitar player because I was just playing every note.
Yeah.
And moving here, I was like in Maryland, Baltimore at the time. Moving here made me like, oh, these people are tight as shit. Just play a melody,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it helped a lot. But yeah, I don't cite Fish as a huge influence, other than like playing on stage, you know. But you rarely find a group of guys who are willing to go that, you know, like we're gonna.
Yeah. Well, that's also like kind of impossible to do in a very big band. If you have 7 people on stage, you can't really go out because how are they going to follow you?
Totally.
That's why trios are always like, I don't know if you've ever done a trio thing, but I did, and that's the most sort of like, didn't play the song the same way twice. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling it. Let's go.
I do think I've retained that. I'm that kind of musician still. If I go to a studio, I do have a hard time repeating myself because it's all very like frantic. I'm a frantic guitar player.
I get that from the record.
Yeah,
I think it's all really super cool too because it's not like muso guitar. It's like feeling guitar with like maybe there's 3 notes, but it's like whoa. Yeah.
You know, like you ever heard of Ray Russell? He plays with Bill Fay. You know who Bill Fay is? Bill Fay is great. He's this English guy. Guys like that, Ray Russell, like the Eno records, all that, like just those weird Nels Klein, that stuff.
The Eno records, that's Eno, right?
No, it's Phil Manzanera.
Oh, it's the Roxy Music guy.
Yeah, and Fripp, I guess too. There's some Fripp shit on there. On it, some of those Eno records. I think Robert Fripp plays. Maybe
Here Come the Warm Jets and
I think that I think maybe Fripp's on like Before and After Science.
Okay.
Maybe,
Another Green World? Who's that?
Yeah, that's Robert Fripp.
Okay.
Yeah. You like that record?
Yeah.
I want that record at my funeral.
I love those records, man. I love his thing. Did you see that? Oh, man. And for those of you listening, I know whoever is like listening and is like a casual music fan, we might have lost you by now, but if you're still with us,
Come back.
and you have Amazon Prime, there is a fucking 3-hour Brian Eno documentary, just like 1972 to 77 or something. It is amazing.
Wow, I didn't know.
When he started doing the discrete music,
Yeah.
when he came up with the oblique strategies with the dude.
See, I like the rock and roll stuff, and I dabble in the ambient stuff.
You got to watch this stuff because I also dabbled in the ambient stuff until I watched this, and he did this thing where he would make one tone like on one tape loop, make another tone on another tape loop, and then have some kind of thing. And they were all different lengths of tape loops. So in the law of physics, as it goes around, it changes its position.
Brilliant.
So at some point, you're not making the music, the machines are.
Yeah.
Like, when you get the philosophy of it, then you're probably more apt to listen to it and be like, wow, it's all happening.
Well, I like the guys. I do kind of relate to like non-musicians.
Yeah.
Because you just deal with what you have and deal with like, you know, your limits.
Yeah.
And I feel like that all the time. Like, you know, you especially playing with people who are really good, like theory people.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, that guy's really great. What do I have that I can offer to these people who seem to know so much about everything? And it's that approach.
Yeah.
It's like you're looking at a machine. You know?
This.
Yeah.
How about if I just play one note?
Brilliant. Hell yeah. Yeah. Sometimes that's the note.
I found one note that works over all your chords I don't understand.
Just making indie movie soundtracks.
Exactly. Hey man, how do you know Avery Moore?
Avery Moore is like my best friend in the world.
Really?
Yeah. She's we work together.
She blew a gasket when she saw him on there because he plays on Minute by Minute.
She loves Steely Dan. Oh yeah, she got the tattoo. She got me into Steely Dan.
She got you into Steely Dan?
Yeah, 'cause she plays it every night at work. The same. Like,
where do you guys work?
Butterfly Bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, we're playing. She's coming to San Antonio with me tomorrow.
I saw that, and I also saw that you guys are doing. It's still on, right?
Oh yeah.
I have to start asking that now.
Yeah, it's still on.
So, yeah. Okay, so Saturday, March 20th. I'm going to put this out on Friday.
Cool.
So, South by Schmouth by.
Yeah, you get
It's
the reference.
music and comedy. South by Schmouth by.
Like Nielsen Schmilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Avery Moore is on it. There's a lot of comedians. Chris Cubis is on it.
Yeah.
A lot of cool dudes. Look at this. You see this? It's a night of music and comedy. We used to do it every Monday, me and these comedians.
Hell yeah. How old is that?
That's from 2005.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see her show tonight. Buzzmill.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, she's right down the street? What time?
9 or so.
Oh,
You
cool.
wanna go? Where is Buzzmill? Is it over here?
It's right down the street.
Yeah,
I
just
could
go.
walk there.
Yeah.
If I'm still awake, I'll come.
Yeah,
That sounded weird.
it's still on.
I was gonna go to the awards tonight. You're not going?
I'm not getting anything.
The Austin Music Awards. That was my main reason for not going.
Are they going to give me something? I don't know. So this
I
is.
think
I
you'd
thought,
know if
I
you
thought the
won.
awards were last week.
No.
What was
no,
that?
that was the industry awards. That was like best sound man.
It's like
Tonight's
the Golden Globes.
Best singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck to Bob Schneider. I guess. I don't know.
I don't think he still gets them. They changed the voting thing this year. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Good luck to
I know.
everyone. Who's
luck
up for best band?
I don't know.
Fastball.
I can't.
I said this. I'm going to eat my fucking words twice.
Okay.
So I was talking. We got to wrap this up. But I was talking to the. I was talking to the guy.
You just took control of the interview.
No, I don't know. I don't know. But sometimes.
No, dude, you have time, man.
I was talking to the guy from Black Fret, and we were like, oh, we've played a show, and these people came, and they didn't like us, so they didn't give us any money. But I was talking to the guy who ran it, and he was talking to me about the award. It's like, who do you think is a band that should be nominated for best band for these awards? And I was talking about my friend. I don't know if you know P.R. Newman, those guys. Oh my man, they're great. Do you know Berkshire Hounds?
I've seen that name. I should get both of them on here.
Yeah.
Huh?
So
Okay.
Spencer he played with Black Pumas for
Okay.
when they first got together, and he plays in Berkshire Hounds, which is incredible, all ringers, just nuts band. And then his band's called P.R. Newman, which is also great. So I was talking about him and the Deer, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, we're probably just gonna give it to Fastball, huh? And his face just kind of. He's like, oh, he's a really good friend of mine. I'm like, shit. Like, I had to open my big,
really
fat,
good friends of
sarcastic mouth. I know, but it's 2020,
Yeah, they just probably put out the best record of their career.
Really? See,
Yeah,
I did it
I'm not
twice.
the only
I gotta
person
open my
that
mouth
said that.
twice. I don't listen to it.
Yeah,
I know it was a thing in the 90s for me.
it was
Because I was a
you're
kid
right.
and it
You're
was
right.
on the radio.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird to think that I think it's strange what Austin represents itself as constantly. Because whenever they talk about what they are as musicians, what the bands are of Austin, I'm always surprised by it. Because I think it translates to people voting for Trump and seeing how he wins. Because nobody knows what's going on in their own community. They don't know what is the majority of people like. Right? So you realize that you hang out with 20 people who like the same shit.
Yeah.
And you think that's the most popular thing.
Right.
And then you go to another club in South Austin I've never been to before. I'm like, the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
There's 300 people here for this band I never fucking heard. And everyone's going nuts. There are 20 people at my show. And I thought I was the coolest guy in town. And I think it's it's illuminating. But that's what people like. I don't fuck. What the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
But sure, Fastball's record's good. Those are
Yeah.
your buds. Yeah, you came up at the same time, I guess.
We did come up
Yeah.
around the same time. At
Yeah.
the same time.
I got nothing against him.
And I've made a lot of music with Tony, and Miles and I are very, very close as bros.
You
We
cut this
go
part
eat
out.
dinner. No, it's all right.
Yeah.
They're tough, man.
Yeah.
They got this thing in some website last year that was the band that wasn't aging well.
Really?
number one.
Fuck. I would just kill myself.
So they were okay with it. So tell me a little bit more about this thing on March 21st.
Well,
Because I don't know if anything else is ever going to happen again.
I think it's it tried to be a local thing that it was easy to get to. The bands would have a nice time. You didn't have to worry about parking. Just a nice
Is
local
this a thing
thing
that's been going on for? Because
I've been doing it for 5 years. So me and Avery just started doing it the last 2 years together.
Did the guy? I'm drawing a blank on his name. Angelo Moore from Fishbone.
No.
Did you do one where he was? Okay,
No.
then that must have been the year
That
before
sounds
you
cool,
started
though.
it.
I love Fishbone.
Me too.
Yeah. No, it was just a thing that I did. I worked at this bar, so I put on a show. It was mostly... I got a lot of French bands because I just been to France and foreign. They just start hitting me
that's
up out of
cool.
nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, if you guys need a nice gig,
Yeah.
and I ran sound the first 2 years with a friend of mine, and it just kind of got bigger and then kind of smaller again, just manageable. So there's one band from Chicago, a friend of mine, this girl named Maria. She's got a band called Fran, and then mostly local bands.
And this is at the Vortex?
Yeah.
You do it outside?
Do it outside.
Yeah.
You know Rich Russell from
Yep.
Lonesome Heroes? No? He does sound. He's a good guy. Warm Sugar. You know those guys?
Mm-mm.
They're great. Who else? Dead Animal. You heard of them?
Nope.
You gotta come.
I gotta
All
come.
these bands.
I
These hit
can't
bands.
come. I'm playing in Dallas the night
Yeah.
before. I'm coming here to interview the Posies, and then I'm heading to San Antonio for a gig.
You'd like Dead Animal because do you like William Onyebar, like Ethiopian music?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very much in that. Gina Spigarelli plays bass.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of African music. I'm into Senegalese music, and I'm
Yeah.
into like West African 70s funk music.
Okay, so this is
what
it.
I like.
So
I can't go
do you
to this
know?
gig, though.
Do you know? I think it's Halu Murgia. Do you know who that is? Like organist. This is everything to me. It's incredible. And there's this other Ethiopian nun. I can't say her name. It's like Tsunge something. Blah, blah. But it's all these Western modes with like these Ethiopian arrangements.
Okay.
So it sounds like Randy
Western music.
Newman sometimes.
Right.
Right? Because she grew up in a conservatory,
Right.
like learning Western music. And it's like very repetitive, very like whimsical. It's beautiful. You would love this.
Yeah. Do you ever make playlists and shit on Spotify? You could.
I made a
send
few.
me?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the my KUTX thing.
Oh, you are?
So I think maybe I'll
I've never
put some
gotten
cool
to do
shit
that.
on
Can you
that.
believe that shit?
I think you gotta ask. I asked.
I have asked like in the most awkward fucking situation, like, man, when are you guys gonna have me fucking on it? Like to them,
yeah.
to their faces.
I
even
ran
had a
into
publicist
Rick
ask.
McNulty. I asked him like, "Hey,
Rick McNulty.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm asking the wrong people.
he's a big Beatles guy. You should talk to him about the Beatles."
Okay.
I saw him at Justine's. We were both drunk, and I'm like, "You don't know more about the fucking Beatles than me."
Yeah.
It was like one of those things. But I ran into him. I asked, and he said, "Okay." I'm like, "Okay, that's awesome." And you'd be great at it. You already have experience doing radios.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mumble my
That's
way
what
through all
that's
this
what
shit.
I say.
Yeah, you would kill it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I've been saying.
I'll put a good word in for you.
Thank
right?
you, man. Just be like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
Johnny, he's real sad. You're not asking him to come on.
Yeah.
It's like my Make-A-Wish thing.
I want to do the whole, like, old school, like, Wolfman Jack shit, though.
Yeah.
You know? That'd be fun. I don't know if they let you do all that. If you could, like, actually program that.
You know, I have a friend that has a show. It's out in Wimberley on their radio station, but he does 3 nights a week, and he's always looking for people to come on and
I would love. I just
and do
it'd be great.
playlists
Yeah.
with them.
Because you don't. If you get an hour, you're like, oh, there's so much more shit I want to play.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna play the Beatles. I'm not
I
gonna
think he
play
does
any
like
like
8
the.
to 11 or something like that, or 7 to
Yeah.
10.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Let's just do it together.
Okay. All right. We can
Yeah.
go out to Toddy and the Pooch.
That sounds great.
New Sounds of Late Capitalism is the name of your latest album, which is fucking brilliant.
Damn.
So, I know. I realized through this whole thing, I'm like, oh, that's what that guy meant. There was a guy that wrote me one time, and he said, oh, I can tell when you really like a band and when you don't. You don't really talk about their music at all. And then, like, some people, I just gush. But what am I going to say? I'm not going to tell someone their record's terrible or lie to them.
Yeah.
But your record is fucking great. Like,
Thanks,
you are
man.
an amazing songwriter. You guys did an amazing job doing this record. Your band is fantastic.
Right on.
What are
Thank
the
you.
plans? You're going to try and go on tour? If it,
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I'd like to. I don't think they're gonna let me. You're wearing the Modern Outsider. Those
Yeah, they're
those
putting out
guys
the
too.
record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to put out another record soon. I don't know how it works.
I don't
Yeah.
either. They are very nice people.
They're very nice people. This is my first time.
And they have great taste.
They do, and they. I've never really dealt with it in this way. The last label was like these Irish kids put out my record, and they were very like they'd never done it before.
All
It was
right.
very like handshake kind of stuff. You know, and like it worked out like the best that I could have hoped for at
Yeah.
that point. You know, so this is like a step up, and I'm like kind of navigating it. You know, like all right, well, what am I allowed to do? I can't just do whatever I want anymore. You know?
Oh, right.
Well,
yeah.
not like it's like they're putting any restraints on it, but you have to ask. You got to ask. You
Yeah.
can't just put shit out on a Tuesday. You know, so I'm trying to learn how to be smart. I'd like to tour. I'd like to go up to New York. I'd like to go to Europe. This music isn't out in Europe. Sucks.
Like, not even on Spotify?
No, it's not out on Spotify.
Why?
It's like a regional thing, and we were trying to get someone to put it out. We still are, to try to find like a UK.
Find
you
a
know.
UK label.
Yeah.
Do they still do that thing that's so weird where you get a deal like in every country?
I mean, I don't know if that's for the best or if that's. I don't know.
I know a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
Or did that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they were looking to do, and I guess nobody bit. You know.
Yeah. Did I already ask you this before? I know that it's not an uncommon last name, but are you related to David Bianculli
I'm
from
not.
Crusher?
No, I don't. I mean,
Or
maybe.
TV Worth Watching or whatever the hell it
Yeah,
is?
I don't think we're related. because I don't know any Davids.
He doesn't sound any very New Yorkish.
I don't think most Biancullis are in New York. There's
Yeah.
a few scattered around.
Biancullis. That's how you say it?
I don't know. I say it like that. I said it the whole life. My father, like a couple of years ago, just started saying it Bianculli.
Bianculli? Yeah.
I'm like, why are we that now?
Maybe he was listening to Fresh Air one day.
Yeah,
He was
no,
like,
my dad's not
maybe
listening
I'll
to
try
Fresh
this. Neither is my dad.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been great talking to you.
I'm having a nice time.
Yeah.
That's great.
Let's stay in touch. Let's not let 3 years go by.
Yeah.
Also,
I'll try not to wait
I
so
like
long.
dinner at Justine's. I'm a big fan of that.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so is Miles from Fastball. Sometimes we meet up there.
All right. We'll talk
Yeah.
about the, best record of his career.
Thank you so much for doing the show. People, get out there and check out this record. And also, go to starparksmusic.com. There's information on South by Schmouth by on there.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get out there and check it out. All right, dude.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, man.
That's fun.
Another great conversation with the extremely cool Andy Bianculli from the band Star Parks, their brand new album, New Sounds of Late Capitalism, available now wherever it is that you stream or download your jams. Go to starparksmusic.com to get involved there. I love talking to Andy, man. What a talented man. Great songwriter, great band, great producer, great singer. Unbelievable. If this is still going, I don't know what they're canceling or what they're not, because they announced that the coronavirus is now a global pandemic, so I don't know if their show on Saturday, March 21st, South by Schmouth by, is going on. But as of now, as of this podcast being recorded, it is available, or it is happening. Sorry, it is happening. All right, check out New Sounds of Late Capitalism on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, wherever it is you stream or download your jams. And also, gang, don't forget that you can subscribe to this podcast and find our podcast on Spotify, on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts, on Amazon, on Stitcher. Wherever it is you find a podcast, you will get a new show every Tuesday and every Friday. Please follow us. Please like us. Please leave us a comment. Always helps us. Follow our Facebook page. See a lovely photo of me and Andy on my in front of my apartment there, having a chat after the podcast. Always a great time talking to him, man. What a great talent. Check out Star Parks, gang. All right? Find him at starparksmusic.com. And hey, if you're listening to this the day that it comes out, Friday, March 13th, tonight, I am playing at Cenote, Windsor Park, doing a solo show. My friend Chris Taylor is coming in from San Antonio to open. Come on out. The show is free. It should be a good time. I'm going to have a good time. You're going to have a good time. Have a great weekend, whatever it is you're doing. Let's get down, guys.